Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art, and today we're going to do some gel printing, and I'm going to work on the prompt for the makers group at PM Artist Studio on Facebook. It's the #makers color combo June, and this month the colors that were given to us to do this prompt are ultramarine blue, cheddar yellow, and then you could use a black, a white, and one metallic. So I've been playing around with some ideas, and I think I know what I want to do. I've been working on a new book, and I wanted to use some of my copious piano music pages, and so I was playing around with something earlier, and I think I come up with something kind of cool. So basically what I want to do is I'm going to take this full page, both sides, right? And this is the stencil I'm going to use. This is an IMPP. It's an imperfectly perfect stencil from PM Artist Studio. I'll link in the description box if it's still available, if it's something that's part of another group. So I'm not going to name it right now because I don't know exactly. So, but I'll get all that in the description once I edit the video. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to lay this down, but I'm going to do it on the other side because I've already started. See, I've been playing around, and you see it's an imperfect stencil. So don't judge PM Artist Studio by this. This is something they sent me to play with to show you techniques on the gel plate. But in no way, shape, or form will you ever get anything like this shipped from them when you purchase from their website. That's a no-no. Mariah is very persnickety about those things. And Mariah is the M in P&M. And she was kind enough to send me some things to play with and try out. And so my idea is to get this flower into the center of my book page, because what I want to do is keep this intact and put it into my book. And but my book is about 8.5. It's the typical size, by 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 9. 8.5 by 5.5. Haha, I forget. Numbers are hard. And so what I'm going to try and do is keep it centered right about here, because this is an 8 by 10 plate. So this is the approximate height of the book. So I'm just going to center it there and print on there. And then what my idea was is, you know, every layer of color is going to be just shifted differently. But let's get started and you'll see what I mean as we go on. And these are sort of challenges, but they're more challenges for your own self and to get your arty brain to do something possibly outside of the box. You know, trying two colors together that you've never tried before, and you know, have fun with it at the same time. There's no points, there's no judgment, there is just an appreciation for each other's unique creativity. And the color combo is not limited to just gel printing. It's limited to anything that you make and create and craft. So if you want to check us out, we're makers, and that is over on Facebook. I will link all that info in the description box. And we are a very fun group, really fun. Okay. So that is that's the ultramarine blue from Lucas Krill. And it's a transparent. Okay. So we're gonna lift this up gingerly, because remember, we got a couple of rips in here. And then I'm gonna lay this down Well, actually, to center well, I'm just going to lay this down here and then flip my board or my plate onto here. Okay. There we go. So far, so good. Yeah, this is from a few books of piano music I picked up at the thrift store. I think it was like $1 a book, but you see they're good size, so it yields a lot. Okay, and let's see if we can pick up anything. Oops. On this page here, we can use that as another page. I don't think I put that much paint on there, but nah. Excuse me. Allergy season is still upon us, and there's my Diet Coke. And the Canadian fire smoke is like really, really thick in the air here. It's gotten worse as the days progressed. So I may cough a little bit. Okay, and for my cheddar color, I don't have a specific cheddar color. I don't know who does. I think there's one brand, but it's sort of a joke at PM Artist Studio. Anyway, so I got these two yellows. This is kind of cheddary, but a little dark, and then this one's a little light, you know? So I'm gonna combine these two and do the next layer. I'm shifting it, the stencil on the plate, right? If I could get it lined up correctly. And then what I'll do is when I put the paper onto the gel plate, I will shift that as well too. So it's sort of an idea. I hope it works. Let's see, what should we do for the next layer? See, on the one I was doing earlier, the next layer was the cheddar. But we could do maybe, let's do a little white and yellow, and this yellow. Ooh, this white is running low. So do some white. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Ploopies. We'll do a little of this ochre. These are from Lucas Krill. This is a yellow ochre 4631. That is an opaque. And then this is the Naples yellow, and this is semi-opaque. All right, let's give this a little swirl. Just kind of get a little variation going on. It's like the petals of a flower. There are variations. Does that sound intelligent? I just made that up. No, that's true, seriously. It's if you look at one flower and look at the individual petals, there are slight variations. That's what makes them beautiful, right? That cleaned up. That's good. I'm gonna get this on the tissue. I'm not worried about this paint drying because these are not fast drying paints. So I got a few minutes to bring my tissue over and get this stuff off the stencil. I'm just gonna use another tissue because this is grody on this side, and I don't want to get it all over my hands. And this is carnival tissue I'm using. It's a wet strength tissue, so it can hold many layers. All right, stencil, I'll just put you over here. I have very little space. So we're going to do our first pull on the original. So, okay, get that there. Okay, don't stick. Come on, come on, come on. All right, now, as I lay it down, I'm going to shift it a little bit over. The center will remain the same, right? But the idea is that the petals overlapping. Flip her over. Let's get our Baron, our trusty, wooden Baron. And this lovely guy I got from another lovely guy who is out in the Pacific Northwest, and he makes wooden Barons. He sources out some woods, some really nice woods, and he turns them into these beautiful tools. They're actually pieces of art because, I mean, aside from being smooth and lovely and fits right in my hand, it's got some abalone inlay with lapis, but he does each one is unique. Okay, and if you go to his Etsy shop, you can see all of his lovely work, and he does more than Barons, but Barons are his jam. And if you send them a message, you can, if you have a special size you're interested in, if your hand is smaller than normal or larger than normal, I'm sure if you get with him, he can do his best to accommodate you. And he is at Cody Woodcrafts in Etsy. That's all one word, Cody Woodcrafts. His name is Anthony Cody. He's a small business owner. And look at that. And it picked up some of that blue from the first print too, which is cool. And I like to support small businesses. That's what I was trying to say. Because I too am a small business, like really, really tiny, really small, but you got to start somewhere, right? Okay, so let's see if this layer has dried. This layer is still looking wet. Okay. So we'll be back once this is dry. I'm gonna let it dry. I'll speed it up for you, but I'm gonna let those dry. All right, so everything's dry now, and I put the stencil back down, and again, I shifted it just a little bit, kept the center exactly where it is, where the original was. I think for this layer, I'm gonna do a little bit of the ultramarine, and then a skosh of the white. This is titanium white from Liquitex. It's not a bad paint. It's coming out weird because my jar is almost empty. But not to fear, dears, I have one as backup. Okay. So I'm gonna hold off wiping off my brayer for a second because I may want to do something else in addition. Let's lift that up, set this over here, and then our original is here. And let's make sure we line this up right and you see all those yummy layers under there? Look at that. So good. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my head in here. For some reason, I cannot see. So I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate, and I think this is a good spot. Okay. Drop and walk away. Let's gently flip that over. There we go. Where's all that shadow coming from? It's the tubes of paint. Now I can use this entire page. In the book, I would basically just fold this side up and make it a pocket, or, you know, do it the other way around. And fold these in, make pockets. I did a whole video on using these full sheets to make a pocket. Or I think it's 4 pockets. Super. That is sick. Okay. Let's get another layer on here. There. I'm trying to pick up as much as I can on this layer. Yeah. Very cool. This one might end up being my favorite. Okay, so I got the extra paint on the brayer. And let me see here. I just want to maybe, you know what? Let me get my little 5x7 here, and space, who's got space? Okay, maybe what we could do is use the same stencil and do a different, smaller version here, and we can use that somewhere else in the book, and we're not wasting paint. With that smaller sheet, so it's just a half sheet, but this will work. You know what? Let me do this then. Do it this way. Same size, so this will be a great one to throw in the mix. See, that's cool. Fold like that. And for more funner effect, maybe we can pick some up on this side. Yes, and then this side. Nah, not so much. So let me get this over here to dry. And then I'm going to clean my stencil off a bit. And I'll speed this part up for you, and you're gonna see me move like I've never moved before. So with my stencil down with the paint side up, and then I have ta-da, baby white. See you in a bit. Hey, why is he doing that on his mat? Well, I forgot to tell you, I got this new silicone mat thing off the Amazon, and it works like a freaking charm, I tell you. So I just want that to dry. Surfaces, I need surfaces. Okay. Look at that. That'll look good in the book, right? Let that dry out. Look how easy this cleans up. It's wonderful. Okay. The only thing I can't do on it is cut, but that's cool because I usually just use my cutter to do that, so. Oh, that's still drying, that print, the original. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna do a layer on the flop off sheet. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a layer of gold. So let's do that, and then we'll do a layer of gold. By the time I'm done with this, that one, the original should be dry. So I can turn the stencil a little bit. We good? Okay, I'm trying to push this down into the plate as best I can. Ooh, I like that on there. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. All right, for this, let's get my smaller plate. Do some gold on that other one because I still have gold on me, on my brayer. So let's just clean off this brayer on here and get a layer of gold on that smaller one. Okay, so we want to shift it a little. Now it's going to be interesting because how the 5x7 is, it's not wide enough for the paper. So it'll be cool to see what it looks like. Look at that. Look at that. Filthy, filthy boy. Oh yeah, so that's cool. You see where the edges are straight. That's because it doesn't, you know, the plate's not wide enough. Sick. Let's see if we got anything over here. I don't think so, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. It's very faint. So let's do another layer of gold for the original. And there we go. Nope, wrong plate. I need the big one, sir. And I don't know. I don't think that's dry. I'm going to try and pick some of this up over here. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'll add more paint, and it won't be as, it'll be more transparent. But I was not able to get much. Get some off, yeah. Just the way my light is, it's reflecting like it's looking like a lot, but when I turn the plate this way, it's not a lot. It doesn't look like a lot, but that's a cool effect. That's a good effect. All right, so let's lay this bad boy down. I'm gonna just line it up with this one because that's where we had it, and we haven't done it on this, so. Look at that. Very cool, kids. Very, very cool. Okay, so I guess I can put that there for now, yeah. And I'm gonna set this to the side to dry, and we'll do another quick wipe off on here. We're gonna have some fun stuff to play with when we're done. Well, I will. I say the we is in the me. Okay. So let me just wipe my fingers off a touch. Now let's bring this original. See how dry. Dry you are. That's pretty good. I think we can go ahead and go and do a next layer. Although that looks so good, I don't want to. But we can do another one too. I'm gonna go with a I think we should do another a layer of the cheddar, that stronger yellow. Okay, so let's get that to the side, and we'll bring our large plate back in, and this stencil. Okay. And then I'll pick up the rest with the other one. See, I'm kind of bummed now because it covered up the gold, but not that much. I mean, there's still some gold showing, so, you know, it gives us another chance to use the gold. I want to bring that back. And so this one, and that's my fault. I didn't rotate it enough, but, you know, live and learn, and maybe this print I will get it right. Okay, let's take a peek. Yeah, see, this covered less of the gold. Also, there's less paint on this layer, obviously. But yeah, look at that. Okay. And if there's any paint on there, let's catch it on here. Let's flip it over so I can at least line it up somewhat. There's still some on there, so we get a little bit of a ghost print on here. Just adds another layer of yummy. And who doesn't like another layer of yummy? Some over here. Sweet. So, do another baby wipe on that stencil while my original and the other one dries, and see you in a bit. Okay, I think that's dry enough. By the time I get the paint down on here, it will be good to go. And I think for the next layer, we're gonna need to bring that blue back because we crushed it, but that's okay. Let's bring in some more blue. Not so heavy this time. See, my problem with these tubes from Lucas is some of the paints come out very quickly, and you got to be careful. All as I say, not too much paint this time. I think I got too much paint this time. We shall see. And then a pull. Okay. We get a more transparent layer that allows us to see more. Okay. So, here, okay, that's what I'm looking for. This one. Let's see what we can get on here. There we go. I think that's good. And this paper is pretty absorbent. Cool. Okay. Okay, digging it. Let's see if we can get anything off on here. Probably not much. We shall see. And these aren't the sort of type of prints I'm going to leave on here overnight. These aren't for that purpose. Okay, we get a little more. Yeah, that looks good. Like I said, I might be liking this one better when all is said and done. I think I'm gonna do some black here, but I'm gonna use a paintbrush. And so, but this needs to be picked up. Is it dry enough? Yes. So I'm gonna put a layer on here so we can get this drying under some paper for a print of that, because look how good that is. Look at that. Oh, there's yummy bits in there. I think I'm just gonna pick it up with the, do I have a beige here? Is this a beige? Yeah, let's pick it up with the beige. I like it. Yeah, that's not ready to come up, so we're gonna leave that down. See, I'm talking and not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's gonna dry. And I'm gonna use a tiny, tiny little brush. Just, it was the first one I saw. So for this, I'm not really, see, this paint pours out easy. Okay guys, I got the charger plugged in, so we should be good for a little bit more. Now, so what were we doing? We were adding black dots to the center of our flower to represent seedage. Okay, now I gotta deal with this here. This is yucky. I don't like this bottle. Well, it is what it is. Okay, now I'm going to Another brush. And, smaller. That's okay. Get some white. And we can paint some little highlights on there. Yeah. No, I don't want to do it on a plate there. Here, we'll do some white right here. And maybe spray a little bit of water on it, because it'd be nicer to use a thinner paint to give it some fine lines. I'm going to use this little liner brush. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there, and I'll probably work on this a little bit more, but I think this is a good place to stop. And I think one of these definitely will be my submission, if not this one here. This one, we shall see. And I could definitely add more layers over these if I wanted to. So we have those two, and then we did this long piece here. Now we have the other one drying on the plate, so I'm going to check on that in a second. And then we have, what do we have? Oh yeah, we have these well, you just saw the other one that I was putting paint on. And then this other one, this is just wipe off from the stencil using a baby wipe. Now let's check this print. And this was what was left over on the plate after doing all those several pulls. I'm going slow because the plate's very sticky and I don't want to rip anything. Nothing should rip, but I've been having a lot of that problem lately. I think it's the weather. I just blame it on the weather. You see how beautiful that looks? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prints Yeah, 5 prints in one, and you know, from one stencil. Few colors. We see we used ultramarine blue. We made up a cheddar color, and we used some gold for our metallic. We used some white, some black, and then I threw in some red orange to help with that the cheddar color, and I like it. Looks good. Yeah. This one looks great. Very abstracty. And then let me show you this one up close, because that way you can see the detail better on that. You see what I mean? Just gives it a little more something, you know. So I'm gonna let these dry and work on them some more later. So thank you for joining me for the Maker's Color Combo Challenge for June. Having some arty fun, and I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and we will talk soon.